Hey, what's up you guys? It's Chris at Team Aquascape. Now that we have our stack slate, sphere, and spillway bowl collection done, it is on to phase 2 of our retail store facelift. Now that we are done with the stack slate, sphere, spillway bowl collection, and we still have a few hours left today to get some work done. I know another project that Brian and I talked about was moving the basalt rocks over to where the pagoda stones currently are. I see you guys have already turned it off. That's good. We've got the fabric down. Looks like we're all ready to rock and roll. This is going to be our Fountainscape section all the way down through here. We're going to keep this stream because we want to illustrate, a little pondless waterfall and how you can have a Fountainscape in the reservoir, as well as how some of these Fountainscapes can start off waterfalls. So that's really not going to change, but this is where the basalt rocks are going to go.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right guys, things are definitely moving along here in our retail store. They finished the spheres, they got those new spillway bowls in, and now they're tackling another area, and I fear that they probably already jumped into it quite a bit. That section where I wanted to redo a stream, take out the pagoda stones and add the basalt columns. But I have a new vision, and I want to see how they handle it. So let's take a look here. Yep, they've already jumped into it. So originally what I had said, let's move that spillway bowl up there, add a sphere, keep the stream, add basalt columns here, take out the pagoda stones. You can see they've got the basalt columns all ready to go. Pagoda stones are gone, and we were gonna just leave this urn. I wanna change the whole plan, and so let's see how these guys react to my new idea. Hey guys, I'll start by saying good job. Way to jump into this. But what do you think about doing this a little different? What I fear with this space is that when we have a stream that comes down and pagoda rocks or basalt columns sitting here, customers can't visualize separating the two of them. What if that whole area, Chris, behind you and Lucas, we wipe out all of the water feature stuff going on and just do more of a deck? Give them the opportunity to see what a stream would actually look like in their backyard.
I love you.
say that again. I don't know if they heard you.
I love you. I'm glad you caught us now.
Yeah, right? Start tearing this apart, figure out a plan for either a patio or a wooden deck. I think we have wood. I think we might even have a wooden deck.
You know what we're going to be tight on? Calendar days.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's actually warm today. It got up to about 18.
It's a fantastic idea. It's going to alleviate a lot of confusion here in the retail store. We've been talking about doing a Fountainscape area. It is hard for people to visualize them as standalone features, and I think once you create the space for them and really show them, they can visualize them sitting there in that chair or on this little deck space like it is their own backyard.
If we tear into the deck space, maybe we just go ahead, if we're going to tear things up, just redo the stream too.
I think we redo the entire
Yay! How do you feel?
Let's do it. Let's have some fun.
Micho?
Let's tear it up.
Let's tear it up.
You guys say that because you're new.
Well, that went way better than I thought. I can't wait to tear into that space. Hopefully it inspires more people than it has in the past. I always thought it was a really, really cool feature, but it doesn't illustrate the way it'll actually look in their backyard. And so hopefully with being a little patient, not rushing through everything, we can get it to look incredible.
Demo of everything is complete. We've got one massive rock back there by Juan. We're just gonna finish excavation, getting some of this sand out into these containers so that we can keep it nice and close. Our reservoir, like I said, is gonna be all one continuous reservoir. So this entire area back behind me is all gonna be aqua blocks in here. Again, making one large reservoir as opposed to two smaller ones.
We are just about to backfill this basin here. We have about 30 small aqua blocks in here. This is going to be the reservoir for our pondless waterfall that's going somewhere right over kind of by Juan. And then we're going to have some of our straight spillway walls back here. Those are going to probably go up to that gray area there. That's why that liner is so high back there. So we're just getting to the point of backfill. These guys are going to bring this fabric and liner over the basin. We'll be able to put sand where all this void space is on the outside of these blocks. This is going to be a great plate for any terrestrial plants, ground covers, anything like that. And we're thinking about that as we're building this.
I wouldn't call it a frame rock, but we've got a big accent boulder that we're going to tie a retaining wall in off of that. We've got our stacked spillway walls, which we're going to plumb. They're going to be kind of a weepy wall. The pump for that will sit down into here. A wood deck come out over the top of the aqua blocks down in here, and then we'll still have that pondless waterfall kind of diving down into here. The guys are bringing in these containers. Say what up, Carlos. He doesn't talk much all on camera, but the rest of the day he would never shut up. So what we're doing is we are backfilling the bottom course of these stacked slate walls just to give them some weight so that as we're pushing sand against them, we're not going to be knocking these things around. We also have some of these drainage panels, these aquaflow panels back in here just to maintain that void space. The spillway walls should never leak from water back behind them. We just want to make sure this is bomb proof. So that 2x4 that you see attached to the wall is kind of a batten strip holding that liner up high. Once we get these in, we're going to start stacking the other sections. The white 1-inch pipe is our stand pipe that comes up through the top. The reason we use rigid is it's a lot easier to manipulate and hold kind of plumb or true going all the way up through the middle. We're making good progress here and see what's going on. He's got a level in his hand. Not only is it a great tamper, it's also good to have it in your hand so that you can kind of check and make sure that we're staying level and true the entire way. All right, so the walls are in, they're plumbed. We just have to finish hooking up the pump over in this corner. We're starting to carve this area out because we're going to use our other spillway walls as a retaining wall that is going to retain all that sand that's up there to help build our upper pool and our waterfall height and all that stuff. Also to retain all that stuff behind it to keep it from coming out under the deck, which will sit down in this area and through here. Now things are moving a little bit slow, but that's only because it's just the two of us right now. Micho and Carlos getting the decking materials for all this deck over here. You can kind of see we've got the waterfall breaking in between these two walls. It's a little challenging right now because we want to match up some of the joints like you see over here. This area over here, we're going to fill as like a little plant pocket as opposed to bringing this frame rock out in front of it, the way that one matches up, just to kind of soften that area and to hide that corner of that wall right there. Waterfall is going to start somewhere back in there, so it'll drop, twist and turn, come over these rocks here, and then spill over this rock. So we want people to envision that this could actually be in their backyard. Things like patios, decks, pergolas, that's all stuff that is present in somebody else's backyard landscape. We're just showing them how to incorporate water. And then we got Carlos over here. What Carlos did is he bored out this hole right here so we could fit our 1-inch pipe up through there, and then he also drilled a hole with the same drill bit right there that we're going to put a 1-watt spotlight. We're working on plumbing stack slate sphere right now as well. We're going to do a bulkhead fitting behind the liner, and we're going to tee that off, take a little bit of water, shoot it up to the urn. The rest of the water is going to come down through the stream and waterfalls down through here. It's really starting to take shape now. As you can see, this is going to look incredible. Holy smokes, almost there. Nick is bringing the first 2x in to frame out the deck. Here he is right now. Oh, there's Micho. This one, we are going to have 18 inches off of the front of these walls, and then we're going to run them, the framing perpendicular to this. Perfect, beautiful, love it. Guys are just going through the edges. We just turned the water on. I gotta tell you, it looks stunning. I love it. I love how we used some of these new products in a totally different way. Here's those stack slate spillway walls. These are the straight ones, and you can just see how the water just barely dribbling over this thing. We wanted kind of a weepy wall. We do have them lit up. You got the Adirondack kind of chair. There's that deck. See how that turned out? Curved spillway walls, actually acting as retaining walls, and we're gonna plant the top section of those with some of this pothos and some of the other interior scape plants. Check out that waterfall, guys. It's like gorgeous. And there's that stack slate sphere, starting it up at the top. Pondless waterfall. Signage is everything, obviously in retail. It just looks incredible. What do you guys think? Huh? Nothing. You got nothing? Remember, you're on film here, so the more engagement, the better. You guys all did a great job. Fantastic team effort by Team Aquascape. Brian has not seen it yet. You guys will probably see it before he does. Let us know what you guys think.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our Team Aquascape channel. Please feel free to share this video to all your friends that would enjoy seeing these beautiful interior water features.